What up, y'all? Big Phil from the Sunday Dinner Podcast. How you guys doing? Today was supposed to be episode 70, but instead, it's been a life-changing week for Big Joe. I know that a lot of you guys saw the post about Big Joe and praying for him and stuff. Oh, shit. Sorry, I'm being attacked. Anyway, prayers up for Big Joe anyway. But I'm not going to be the one to tell his story. I was going to sit here and try to break a little bit to you guys, but I think it's super important to have Joe's perspective on kind of what happened, the severity of the situation, and kind of like the next steps for him. So I know that he's ready to get back in the studio. He just needs a little time. So he did just inform me that he will be back in the studio next week. So we will have an episode 70 next Sunday. We'll call this episode 69.5 or whatever, this quick little tidbit I do for you guys. But anyway, if there's a lesson that I have learned in all of this is two things. One, check on your people, and then kind of be stubborn about it. And the reason I say that is because, like, a lot of times you check on your people, you say what up, they say okay, and then you dead it right there. But a lot of you know that, like, when they say okay, it doesn't mean that they're actually okay. Or maybe there's something deeper going on, and then you're okay with the surface level response they just gave you. And I think it's important that you dig a little deeper, or that you try to be persistent and try to help find a solution. Because if not, then guilt hits you after something does happen. And then even though you can be supportive after the fact, it makes you wonder where you were before it happened, or what you could have done to prevent it. So as you go on with your day-to-day life, and you're seeing your friends and you're asking, hi, how are you? Or even if it's hi, how are you to coworkers or colleagues, if you care about them, don't always settle for that surface level, I'm okay response. If your friends aren't okay and you know it, do something about it before something bad happens, because the guilt you feel afterwards sucks. And I'm not saying that all of this is connected with Big Joe, but I do feel a certain level of guilt, because it took me the 2-3 years that we've been best friends to really get him to take his health seriously. And then it had to happen this way. And this is not the outcome I wanted. But I was okay with him telling me he was okay. And I knew better. He knew better. We both knew better. But avoiding the topic is what we ended up doing. And then, we were okay with that surface level. I'll be okay, or I'm okay, or not a big deal, or whatever. Or we would just avoid the topic in total. Like, the whole conversation would be avoided. We wouldn't even talk about how he was feeling or anything like that. And when you're a big guy, like, there's always added health risks. Like, anytime you see a doctor, it sucks. They're quick to jump to obesity. They're quick to make you feel like dog shit sometimes. Not all providers, but a good chunk of them are like, they don't have that bedside manner that some people need, right? But yeah, I learned a valuable lesson to just be a little bit more stubborn on the check-in. And then if I really give a fuck about somebody, that surface level, I'm okay, can't be where I end it. So anyway, full-fledged support. Joe has 150% of my support going forward with his new adventure that he's on. And like I said, I'm not going to take his time from him. That's his thing. And he's really excited to kind of come on back and talk about it. Like, not excited because it's not like anything to celebrate about, but like, when you face the decisions he had to face, and you kind of face the reality of the doctor telling you what Joe had to go through, like, you take a second look at life, and Joe kind of sees that. So I mean, he's gonna have his time, and I'm damn sure gonna let him, because it's not my place. So step one, don't be good with the surface level, okay? Make sure you check on your people. The second lesson that I learned, and it always comes into play when somebody gets sick, is that a whole bunch of people come out the woodwork, talking, saying, what up, how are you, oh my God, what happened? Like, they're only in it for the drama. If you don't talk to them for 6 months, a year, and then all of a sudden you're sick, now they're blowing your phone up, it's unhealthy to dive into that drama. Although I know you want them to reach out, and sometimes the attention feels good, don't do it. And then Joe's a big advocate for that. He hates fake people, but it reminded me like just how fake some people are. And it kind of sucks because, like, to see such a good person like Joe be affected by such half-assed people is crazy. And I'm not calling anybody out, bro. You guys should know who you are if that's the case. You get what I'm saying? So, like, if Joe doesn't hear from you in weeks or months or whatever, but now all of a sudden he's laid up in the hospital and you want to text him to find out what happened, get off your fat ass, drive to the hospital, pay to go in the parking garage, and go fucking see him. And if you're not on his visitor list, maybe look in the mirror and find out why he don't want you visiting him on his visitors list. All right? Because, like, at some point you have to get serious about life. And you can't be fucking around and finding out. Because, like, this is, for Joe, the find out part of fucking around, right? He spent a bad part of his life fucking around. And that find out came real fucking quick. Probably scared the shit out of the kid. But, anyway, like, try to be a genuine person all around, all the time, even when somebody's not sick or dying or whatever. And I always like to think that I'm a good friend, and we've talked about this before on the podcast, but a lot of times, like, when somebody's going through something and you had no idea and you thought you were their friend, you were never really their friend, or at least you weren't a good friend. So just, bottom line here, check on your friends, but be genuine, right? So part one, don't be okay with the surface level I'm okay, or I'm fine, or avoiding the conversation. Don't be that friend that only comes around when some major events happen, or somebody's super sick, or oh my God, da-da-da. And then the first question you shouldn't even ask is what happened. No. Hey, bro, you need anything? I'm coming through. Y'all should be bringing him a stuffed animal, or it doesn't even matter what it is, right? Like Mercedes left the man a little alien squishy thingy. Anyway, his work kids made him personalized cards. So if you're in his inbox asking what happened and you're not doing the minimum for him by coming to visit or showing support or asking what he needs or if you can do something to help, fuck out of his inbox, because you're even pissing me off, and that's saying something. So yeah, don't be okay with the surface level answers, and don't be a disrespectful friend. Oh, what happened? Oh no. We don't care about you either. And Joe knows, he reads right through you guys, and I know that it bothers him, but he doesn't like to talk about it because he feels like you guys are gonna catch feelings. And I, Philip Doobie, don't give a fuck if you catch feelings. You can catch these hands too, because, like, enough of the bullshit. Enough of the bullshit. If you're not there for somebody regularly, if you don't care about them on the regular, don't care about them when they're dying. Like, don't show up, you know? It's not fair. And no, Joe is not dying. He will be okay. But you get what I'm saying? Like don't wait for a major event to try to be a friend. It's not going to work out for you. But anyway, that's my segment. This is like episode 69.25. This is brought to you by Top Dog Security. I'm the owner, operator of Top Dog Security. Matthew, Big Joe, also owners, operators of Top Dog Security. We're out here. We're trying to hustle for ourselves. We're trying to put our brains and our work ethics together and provide you a great service for people. And this week's scumbag of the week is whatever doctor fucked with Joe. Again, his story to tell. We're not going there. Just know the first doctor that fucked with Joe, they are a scumbag. Dr. Whoozy Wutsy. I don't know their name. Don't care right now because he's handling his business. But that doctor, scumbag of the week. Okay? And you guys know where to find us every Sunday. TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, all that other stuff. No dessert this week. Usually we'd be on Patreon to share a dessert. But like I said, it was super important that I got this message out. And Joe wanted to make sure I did a little something for the fans. So if you hung in for this 9 minutes, which I'm sure will only be one person, thank you. We love you. Stay strong, Big Joe. We're here for you. And we'll be back in the studio live next week with a fresh episode. And it's going to be a Big Joe tell-all. So stay tuned.